What's up, YouTube? It's Rules for Rebels here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about fulfillment. Should you fulfill your orders yourself, or should you have a company fulfill your orders, or should you use an Amazon FBA or something like that? So this is actually a viewer question. I've been getting it a lot lately, so I figured I'd address it. Travis asked me a quick question. Once you receive your products from the supplier, what are the best strategies for order fulfillment when your customer orders from you? For example, do you personally package and ship per order, or do you outsource to a company? So this is just my personal opinion. You don't have to do things my way. When I first started my e-commerce business, me and my buddy started it with $268. Within 2 years, it grew to doing $2.5 million a year in sales. That's not profit, that's overall sales. Obviously, you got to factor in the cost of the inventory, shipping fees, everything else. So, I'm not claiming to make $2.5 million a year, far from it. But when we first started out, we'd had a couple orders rolling in every week from eBay. Later on down the road, we got on Amazon, but it started slow and it grew. So at first, we were maybe shipping 3 to 5 orders a day. Then it was 7 to 10 orders a day. Probably a year in, maybe a year and a half in, it had grown to the point where it was maybe 20 to 30 orders a day. Then it was 50 orders a day. And I think at our peak for this one particular business, we were at maybe 50 plus orders a day. At the time, I was working a full-time job, so I was working from 8:30 in the morning till 5:30 at night every night, and I still had time to pack and ship all my orders. Typically, me and my partner work different schedules, so a lot of times he'd knock out about half the orders. He'd normally get home from work before I did. I'd get home from work, I'd knock out the other half of the orders. So if we got 50 orders in a day, he'd knock out 20 or 25. I'd knock out 20 or 25. And, sometimes it sucked. Sometimes you have a busy day. Sometimes you got a headache. Sometimes you get home from work. And the last thing you want to do after working an 8-hour day is pack up 50 orders. But, it's not the worst thing in the world. I normally sit in my TV room. Me and my girlfriend would throw something on TV. We'd heat up some dinner. And I'd sit there, and as we watch TV, I'd, go through PayPal and print packing slip, print shipping label, print packing slip, print shipping label, print packing slip, print shipping label. Now, fortunately, my product was mainly it's kind of hard to describe. It was, all in all, it was about 3 to 5 products, but all the products were the same size, same weight, same everything. I had one type of packaging material, which was like a poly bag. It was really easy to pack and ship these items. So, I would say on average it'd probably take me anywhere from a half hour to an hour and a half to pack my orders at the end of every day, and my partner did the same thing. I really didn't feel the need to go to a fulfillment company because fulfillment companies charge fees. So as long as it doesn't get to the point where I'm completely overburdened and I can't possibly pack these orders, I really don't see any reason to give money to a third-party company to pack and ship my orders for me. Another reason I don't like doing that is anytime you give up control of your business, I know at some point to scale and grow larger, you have to give up some control to other people and kind of trust other people. But that always makes me nervous too, because if you don't really vet the people that you're working with, and if you don't really trust who you're working with, if somebody ships one of my orders to the wrong destination and it's a $500 order, now I'm trying to get that order back from the customer. If the customer wants to be nice, they can send it back to me. If they don't want to be nice to me, I'm out $500 there, and I still have to send another product to the original customer who was supposed to get it. If my fulfillment company forgets to ship something out, now I don't have uploaded verified tracking, uploaded to Amazon in time, and that's hurting my seller rates, and maybe I'm booted out of a gated category I'm in, or maybe I can't get into a gated category that I want to get into because my seller default rates aren't good because I trusted the wrong company to fulfill my orders. So my advice is, until your business grows to the point where you can't keep up with the flow of orders, I really don't see any reason to outsource it. Amazon FBA is the one exception to that. Amazon FBA, yes, it's a fulfillment source, so yeah, instead of having to every day ship out 5 or 10 or 20 orders or whatever you're doing, you can ship out 200 units to Amazon. You got to poly bag them, you got to put ASNI stickers on them. But when you do this, now Amazon fulfills your orders for you, and you're not having to print the packing slips and do that stuff. Now that to me isn't the biggest deal about FBA. To me, the biggest deal about FBA, the biggest selling point of FBA is that because Amazon's doing the fulfillment, Amazon knows that it's going to be done right, so Amazon is automatically going to rank you higher. Obviously, your seller performance plays a pretty hefty role into how you rank on Amazon. And when you turn over fulfillment to Amazon, who's probably the best fulfillment source in the world, they know everything's going to be done right and everything's going to be done correctly, and it's going to be a good customer service experience. And therefore, for doing that, Amazon's going to give you a bump in search, It's also going to help you in the buy box, etc. So to me, the reasons for doing FBA are more about increasing sales and ranking higher on Amazon, more so than the benefit is, okay, now I don't have to ship out these 20 items today or whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, my personal advice is when you're first starting out, fulfill your own orders. You'll develop a relationship with your customers. You'll kind of learn the business from the ground up. You'll learn what different things cost to ship, so that when you go to source products later on, you have a good idea. Like, you know, if everything you send off to Amazon FBA and you let them package it, when you go sourcing products and you're like, okay, this item weighs 2 pounds. It's about how should I ship it? What's the best way to ship it? Well, you don't really deal with shipping rates. Amazon deals with that for you. So you don't really know what your shipping costs and things like that are going to be. When you start from the ground up and fulfill your own orders, I know exactly what'll fit in a first class envelope. I know exactly what something, you know, up to 15 or 16 ounces or whatever it is. So I feel like by shipping, you learn a lot more about shipping rates. You learn a lot more about business, and you're basically just going to develop a lot of experience. Once your business grows, if you want to outsource your fulfillment to somebody else, by all means do it. But I think when you're first starting out, there's no reason to outsource it, and it's just not necessary to outsource it. Now, for outsourcing fulfillment, there's a lot of different companies out there. Let me pull a quick, let's see here, order fulfillment services. Order fulfillment services. There's a company called A to B Fulfillment, Fulfillment Networks, ShipStation, Fulfill-Right, ShipWire, e-fulfillment service. I mean, there's a million fulfillment services out there. They're basically going to be similar to FBA. Each one of them may have you package your items differently or put certain stickers or whatever on them. But basically, just like FBA, you're going to package up your items, you're going to ship them off to this fulfillment center, and then when orders come in, your fulfillment center is actually going to ship them out for you. I really like Amazon FBA just because they handle everything. They handle the payment, they handle the return, they handle the shipping, etc. So I typically will send anything that I don't want to self-fulfill, I'll send off to Amazon FBA. Any orders on Amazon, they'll fulfill, obviously. And then a lot of people don't know that Amazon has something called multi-channel fulfillment. So what multi-channel fulfillment is let's say I have a product on Amazon that I sell for $5. $5 is a really good price point for FBA. But just for this example, let's say $5. I can sell this item on eBay or my own website or whatever for $10. So I list it on eBay, I list it on my own website, I send off all my inventory to Amazon, and when an order comes in on my website, instead of me having to package up and ship it off myself, I log into my Amazon account, I go to my inventory, I click multi-channel fulfillment, and then basically I'll just take that info from eBay or my website, you know, Jim Smith in Omaha, Nebraska, I plug it into Amazon, and I have Amazon ship that item to Jim Smith in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't handle any of it. Amazon charges me no seller fee because the item wasn't sold on Amazon. Amazon will charge me a fulfillment fee, which is a cost that it costs them to ship the item out and for the handling and everything else. And so a lot of people choose to do that. By doing that, you're kind of leaving a lot of money on the table. You know, there's probably $3 to $5 per order that you could be pocketing yourself if you were fulfilling the order yourself. But a lot of people would just rather not have the headache of having to ship items out themselves. They send all their inventory into FBA. Their Amazon stuff will sell and be shipped out by FBA, and anything else through their Shopify store, Etsy store, whatever else, they're going to use Amazon fulfillment to send that to their customers. So hopefully that answers the question of, let me recap that question. When you receive the products from your supplier, should you do fulfillment yourself or outsource it to somebody else? That's how I do it. Early on in the business, I would say you're better off self-fulfilling. You can use FBA at the same time, but before you go to like a full scale, allowing everybody else to fulfill all your items, I'd recommend fulfilling yourself until it gets to the point where it's too burdensome to do so. Because like I said, I had a full-time, probably 40 or 50 hour a week job and was still able to get out 50 plus packages per day with no issues at all. So hopefully this video helps you out. If so, give me a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, click that subscribe button just to the bottom left. Check back for more videos, guys. We got some great content coming out this week. I think I mentioned in another video, I got these shirts in the other day, so if anyone wants to buy one of these shirts, I will link in the description box below to where you can buy one. But give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we'll check you guys out next time.